measure space. Suppose mu is a measure on the measurable space x comma script b, then the triad x comma script b comma mu is called a measure space. Already we have discussed X is a non-empty arbitrary space and script B is the collection of subsets of X. Script B is the collection of subset of X which is sigma algebra. Then this one is said to be a measurable space. And mu is a measure, means a definition says that mu is a non-negative extended real valued function defined on script B with satisfying two conditions, that is mu of empty set is 0 and mu of countable union of pairwise disjoint sets in script B is summation mu of EI. Then we say that mu is a measure. Suppose mu is a measure on this measurable space, then the triad x comma script b comma mu is called a measure space. Note first one, if x comma script b comma mu is a measure space and E is any element of script B, then mu of E, that is functional value of E of this measure, is called as mu measure of the functional value of element of B under this function, that is measure, is called mu measure of E. Now second note, condition 2 of definition of measure is called countable additivity of mu. Condition 2 of the definition of measure, that is summation mu of union I is equal to 1 to infinity EI is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity mu of EI, where all the EI are pairwisely disjoint sets in script B. Now example. First one, consider R comma script m comma m, R comma script m comma m, where R is the set of real numbers, script m is the class of all Lebesgue measurable sets, Lebesgue measurable sets, and m is Lebesgue measure defined on the class of all measurable sets as already we have learned the definition of Lebesgue measure, that is measure of any element in script m can be written as outer measure of E. that is Lebesgue measure is restricted to outer measure. From the definition of outer measure of E is nothing but infimum of the set summation n is equal to 1 to infinity L of In, where E is contained in union n is equal to 1 to infinity In. From the definition of outer measure of E, infimum of all the sum of the lengths which is covering E, which is covering E. We know that this M, that is Lebesgue measure, is a measure. How directly I can say it is a measure? From the definition of the measure, already we know that measure of a empty set, measure of a empty set, from this definition, outer measure of empty set, outer measure of empty set is always 0, therefore the first condition has been proved. Also we have proved that outer measure countable additivity of m star is summation I is equal to 1 to infinity outer measure of the element. Already we have proved in the second semester. Therefore m is a measure. So therefore r comma script m comma m, the set of all real number, the class of all Lebesgue measurable set, and this one is Lebesgue measure defined on script m. Lebesgue, from the definition of Lebesgue measure is nothing but restricted to outer measure, is a measure space, is a measure space. Now second one, consider the measurable space x comma m naught, script m naught, where x is equal to close interval 0 comma 1 and script m naught is nothing but E intersection close interval 0 comma 1, where E belongs to script m. Already we have proved in a example problem that x comma script m naught, where x is close interval 0 comma 1 and script m naught is this set, is a sigma algebra. Therefore that pair x comma script m naught is a measurable space. Before the definition of measure we have proved this one. Now let us define a function m naught. Let us define a function m naught on script m naught, script m naught to close interval 0 comma infinity, because I have to prove that x comma script m naught is a measure, means I have to define a function which is a measure, which is a measure means it is defined on a script m naught, a non-negative extended real valued function, as m naught of a is equal to outer measure of a for all a belongs to script m naught, for all a belongs to script m naught. How I defined a non-negative extended real valued function? If I take any element from this script m naught, it becomes outer measure of that one, that is m naught is the restriction of the measure m to script m naught, script m to script m naught. And already we know that outer measure again satisfy the two condition. Outer measure of a empty set is 0 and outer measure is countable additivity. Therefore directly I can say that x comma script m naught comma and the measure what I have defined m naught is a measure space, is a measure space. Now third one, consider r comma script b, where script b is the class of all Borel sets, class of all Borel sets. Now let us define a function, define m1, a function which is defined on the class of all Borel set, which is non-negative extended real valued function as m1 of E. If I take any element from the class of all Borel set, it becomes outer measure of E for all E belongs to script B. That is m1 is the restriction of m to script B. We know that m1 is a measure on script B because it is an outer measure satisfies both the condition. Therefore r comma script B comma m1 is a measure space, Now important theorem, suppose x comma script B comma mu is a measure space, then the following holds. First one, mu is finitely additive. That is, if e1 comma e2 comma so on finite number of sets, if I take from elements from script B with ei intersection ej is empty for I is not equal to j, means all these elements are pairwisely disjoint, then mu of union I is equal to 1 to n, ei is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n mu of ei. Then we say that mu is finitely additive. Second one, mu is monotonic. That is, if a comma b are any two elements of script B such that A is a subset of B, then measure of A is less than or equal to measure of A is less than or equal to measure of B. Now let us prove this theorem, important theorem. Suppose x comma script B comma mu is a measure space, then the following holds, that is mu is finitely additive and mu is monotonic. Now proof. Since in the statement clearly given that mu is a measure on the measurable space x comma script b. How I can say directly this one? In the statement clearly given that x comma script b comma mu is a measure space. When we say that this triad is a measure space, if this mu is a measure on the measurable space x comma script b, x comma script b. Since mu is a measure on measurable space x comma script b, then it satisfies the definition of measure, that is then mu satisfy the conditions, that is first one, measure of empty set is 0, and the second one, measure of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity measure of ei. These two are the conditions of a measure, are the conditions of measure. Now where ei I is equal to 1 to infinity is a pairwise disjoint sequence in script B. Now first one we have to prove first one, mu is finitely additive. So we have to take finite number of sets in script B which are pairwisely disjoint. Then I have to prove this condition. So we have E1 comma E2 comma so on En belongs to script B with Ei intersection Ej is empty for I is not equal to j. I considered a pairwise disjoint sets from script B. Now here we have infinite number of sets. Define the remaining sets as empty. En plus 1 is equal to En plus 2 is equal to so on, all are equal to empty from En plus 1 to so on. If I take again intersection, it will become empty. Therefore all this one are pairwisely disjoint. Therefore the sequence ei from I is equal to 1 to infinity E1, E2 so on, En plus 1 so on is the pairwise disjoint sequence in script B such that if I make union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei, if I make union of E1, E2, E3 so on, En as well as this one, I will get, since this all are empty, I will get again union of this one. Union I is equal to 1 to infinity 1 to n ei and measure of En plus 1 is equal to measure of En plus 2 is equal to so on, which is equal to measure of empty, because this all are equal to empty, measure of this one, but measure of empty set is 0 by condition 1. Now what we have to prove, consider that one. Now measure of union I is equal to 1 to n ei. Since here we got union I is equal to 1 to n ei can be written as I is equal to 1 to infinity ei. So this one can be written as measure of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei. From the condition number 2, Since all the sets are pairwisely disjoint, then this one can be written as summation of this one, which is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity measure of EI by condition 2. Now this one can be written as after nth term measure of all the terms becoming 0. So in this sum we will get only till summation I is equal to 1 to n measure of EI. After nth term all the measures are 0. Therefore proving mu is a finitely countable. Mu is a finitely additive. Now the second one, monotonicity. Let A comma B are two elements of script B such that A is a subset of B. This is A and this is B. A is a subset of B. Then this shaded part is nothing but B minus A. Now B can be written as B is equal to A union B minus A. B can be written as A union this shaded part, where B minus A also belongs to script B. Why? Since script B is a sigma algebra. Since it is a sigma algebra, from the properties of sigma algebra, what we have learned in the second semester, difference of two elements of script B again belongs to script B. Also, A intersection B minus A. What is the intersection of this set and this shaded part? Is empty. Therefore, they both are pairwisely disjoint. Since these both are pairwisely disjoint, then from the above part, by finitely additivity of mu, we get mu of B can be written as mu of A plus mu of B minus A, because mu is finitely additive. Just now we have proved. Measure of finite union can be written as sum of measure of that one. Since mu is non-negative, the definition itself says that of a measure is a non-negative extended real valued function, then measure of any value will be either 0 or greater than 0. It never becomes 0. Therefore, measure of B is greater than or equal to measure of A, since this one is greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, measure of A is less than or equal to measure of B, proving mu is monotonic.